everybody, and welcome to Poland Daily Travel. I'm Will Richardson, and we're on the road headed back to Warsaw from Ciechanów. I just thought that it's been such a beautiful day that it'd be good to show you a little bit of the trip as we go along the country roads. Ciechanów is a provincial town, typical regional town of 43 to 45,000 people. They've got the castle there, which you saw in the previous programs. They've got also very nice park, and they've got the museum of the they've got the river, small river through town, and as well they have the museum of the Polish nobility, the Szlachta, as it's called in Polish, which we didn't go to this time because we have run out of filming time, and we want to do it justice when we do go there. And there's also a romanticism museum near Ciechanów, where they look at the history of things romantic, like romantic literature and ways of dressing and things like that. So I've never been there. I've heard of it, but I've never been there. So we're coming to the crossroads. I guess we're going straight. Is that correct? We're going straight? Yeah. Yes, it's Kasia, who's holding the camera steady. What's fun about doing this is just to give you an idea what it's like driving in Poland. And once we get out on the countryside here in a second, you can see a nice country road. There's the sun. It's going down. Okay, it's still on regular time, standard time, the summertime, but the sun is setting in the west, as Dean Martin would say. Okay, let's just give a view of the road here, and I'll just describe. Typical country road in Mazovia as we head back towards Warsaw. You see the beautiful blue sky with the clouds scudding across it today. It's just been a wonderful day. These are the kind of autumn days that you really appreciate in Poland, and you really see a different kind of beauty of the country. It really is elegiac. It's like an elegy. It's like an elegy. It's rather sort of wistful and melancholy, this kind of beauty in the autumn. But anyway, you can see it's, if you look over this way, you can see it's very nice rolling farmland. So Mazowiecka is not completely flat. People think, oh, Poland's flat, everything's flat. It's not true. It is flat in some places, but in other places there are and I would say most places, is rolling, a sort of rolling plain, not a flat plain. I suppose in the old days it's still pretty easy to cross because there are no mountains, is the thing. There are no mountains across the middle of Poland at all. You've got to head to the south, to the Świętokrzyska Mountains, to the Tatry, to the Bieszczady Mountains, to the Beskidy Mountains, and you get plenty of hills as you go down there. But across the middle of Poland is very much a rolling plain. That's true. You would be right in saying that. You've also got some hills in the northeast on the border with Lithuania. And that's a very beautiful place. It's the so-called Suwałki Gap that people have been talking about. It's that 60 miles that goes between Poland and, between Belarus and Kaliningrad, where the Russians are, having taken that part of Poland, traditional part of Poland or Prussia, and incorporated it into Russia. It's been very much in the news, obviously, because of the war. But here we feel far away from the war here. We don't feel that the war is next door to us, even though it is. It's a trick of the mind, isn't it? But here, we're coming through a small town. You've got to slow down. I advise you when you're driving here to make sure that you are, there's an apple orchard there, to make sure that you, look at that view through there. It's beautiful, isn't it? Just, I'm telling you, Poland and France, the most beautiful countryside on the continent, besides, the most beautiful countryside on the continent, really, from the agricultural point of view. Of course, England still wins the prize as most beautiful countryside. It is quite extraordinary, the way the English sculpted their countryside over many centuries. But nonetheless, you see, this is what it's like to go for a nice drive in the countryside in Poland on a beautiful autumn day as we head back to the capital. And very pleasant indeed. This is Świerkowo. Świerkowo. There's nothing, I don't know anything about it. It's just a little town like many of the other little towns that you pass through as you drive across the different regions of Poland. Of course, the regions change a lot. I mean, Mazovia is rolling hills, but you also get... All right, folks, that's all we've got for you as we steam towards Warsaw and our trusty Toyota. We will bid you farewell until we see you tomorrow night on Poland Daily Travel. I'm Will Richardson, somewhere in Mazowieckie, the central province of Poland, on a really, really beautiful day. I'm sure you can appreciate that. You see the sunshine all around us. And that's the purpose of this, was I wanted you to see, there you go, the glorious autumn sunshine. Right, oh, here's a sign. Maybe it'll tell us something. It doesn't tell us where Warsaw is. It tells us something now. Marquee, 59, that's east of Warsaw. Okay, cheers, see you tomorrow night.